New details this hour on the drought on the Colorado River, with news breaking that this week that Nevada made a deal with California and Arizona to cut water usage over the next couple of years.
Nevada Congresswoman Susie Lee and our neighbor to the west joining forces today to try and break down the details of that deal.
8 News Now investigator Kyle Payne is at Lake Mead with those details.
Those three states you mentioned, California, Arizona, and Nevada, say they have a plan to reduce the precious water you see behind me. But we had very few details before today, and we have very few details as we speak. This turned out not to be a press briefing on the nuts and bolts of the agreement. Nevada Congresswoman Susie Lee and her California counterpart, Congressman David Valadao, were joining forces as much for what they said was an opportunity for the politicians to learn about each other's districts as it was the water. When we pressed officials for details today, they said they simply didn't have any and also weren't prepared to discuss them.
What this agreement does is buys us 3.5 years. We are still in the middle of a drought, even though we had an incredible snowpack year. As you can see, Lake Mead is still at 30% of its capacity. And so our hope is that during this interim, we can come to an agreement on using water more efficiently.
The Congresswoman said over 2/3 of the water the states have agreed to cut will come from incentives to farmers and other big water users who haven't necessarily volunteered to conserve any more water than they already are. The exact number the three states have agreed to cut is 3 million acre-feet, which is about 20% of the water used from the river. But even that number isn't set in stone. Reporting at Lake Mead, Kyle Payne, 8 News Now.
By the way, you can watch our special report called California Water Hogs this coming Monday night at 6:30. Kyle Payne went to California to investigate whether it is doing enough to conserve water or if they are being water hogs. Again, that special airs Monday at 6:30 right here on Channel 8.